So question number 4, I've written it up here. So we have use Newton's quotient to find the derivative of f of x equals 2 root 3x plus 1. So the first thing I did was I took that 2 as a constant, so I'm just taking it outside the limit so I don't have to deal with it. And I set up Newton's quotient. So I have x plus h. I replace the x in the original 3x, and then I have Newton's quotient. Now, to do this one, we have to remember that we need a conjugate pair. Okay, so I need a conjugate pair. So I'm going to need to multiply the top by the conjugate pair to get the difference of squares. So 3 bracket x plus h plus 1 plus the square root of 3x plus 1. And because I did the bottom, I have to do the top. Sorry, since I did the top, I need to balance that fraction by doing the same on the bottom. So 3 bracket x plus h plus 1 plus square root of 3x plus 1. Okay, so working this out, I'm just going to again keep the 2 on the outside. This is a limit as h approaches 0. When I expand this out, I'm going to get a difference of squares, so I end up with 3, and I'm going to expand that out, 3x plus 3h plus 1. Okay, so when I multiply those square roots out, I get the square root squared, which gets rid of the square root, minus the difference of squares again, so I'm going to end up with 3x plus 1. Again, I'm going to group that in brackets so I keep track of my signs better. And that's going to be all over h, and we end up with 3 bracket x plus h plus 1 plus square root of 3x plus 1. Okay, so then we can see that there's terms that cancel out, 3x minus 3x, 1 minus 1. So I end up with 3h in the numerator. So this is equal to, again, I'm going to end up with 2. This is a limit as h approaches 0. We end up with 3h over, that h factor is going to cancel, and we have 3 of x plus h plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 square root. The h's cancel, so h divided by h, and then we can plug into our limit. This is going to be 2. When I plug it into the limit, I end up with the limit equaling, we're going to end up with 3 in the numerator. Plugging in the h is 0, we get 3x plus 1 square root and 3x plus 1 square root. So we end up with 2, 3x plus 1. Okay, we can see that some things again cancel. We're just going to cancel out those terms. So my final answer is going to be 3 over the square root of 3x plus 1. And that is the derivative function using the definition of the derivative.